Well then, look where we are. Unbelievable, huh? 5-minute tutorial you have to post it on YouTube. All right. Let's get started, right, boys? Let's get started. All right. Lire. Wait, this is English. I shouldn't speak French. Look at that. Absolute beauty. Monsieur's favorite. Metonymy and Synecdoche. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know what Metonymy and Synecdoche was until like literally yesterday. So, um, all right. Here's what I've written down. The definition of mononymy, according to Google, very reliable source, the substitution of the name of an attribute or adjunct English, for that of the thing meant, end quote. Other examples would be calling a person a suit for simply working in an office job. That was like the most common one I found on Google, and to be honest, I've never heard anyone call a person a suit because they work in an office job. Like literally almost everyone now works in office jobs, at least the people I know of. Never a single person has called them suit. Or at least that I have heard, like ever. So like get your act together, Google. What are you doing? The other one would be or like track for horse racing. I've heard of track for like track and field. Track for horse racing, that also works fine. Or even probably the most common one would be the Pentagon down in Arlington, Virginia, which is basically across the river from Washington, D.C. The Pentagon is the headquarters building of the United States Department of Defense. And okay, this is the part that's like really really cool, and like you're gonna get your mind blown about this. All right, check this out. The Pentagon is actually shaped like a pentagon. So it's mononymy because they substituted the name of that thing, the headquarters of the United States Department of Defense, and they called it the Pentagon because it's a literal shaped like a pentagon. I know, right? Like, that's crazy. I never knew that. See, you learn things every day in the Zachary Shabbat YouTube channel. I mean, that's what you get, man. That's what you get. Moving on. How to use mononymy in a sentence. Ah, yes, mononymy. Well, it's pretty simple, period. It's basically just a title of a thing or person that is used to replace a name associated with such thing or person. More examples would be calling the film industry Hollywood, as the big motion picture companies and its studios all lie in a fancy place in downtown Los Angeles called Hollywood. I'm sure you've heard of that before. Big Hollywood sign, like the top of the mountain. Yeah, I don't know the origin of that. Why is it called Hollywood? But that's how it is. Whoa, where are you going? All right. Another example would be calling the cheerleading team the squad. Now, here's the thing that's important about this. Cheerleading team. Embrin. Sure, we have cheerleaders. We have this in football. I play basketball. Where are the cheerleaders in basketball? I played basketball last year. Didn't even see one of them. What are you doing? Get your act together, Embrin. Jesus. Anyway, this is an example of mononymy because it replaced the cheerleading team. No one calls it the cheerleading team. They call it the squad or the girls or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just swore in English. That's not great. Anyway, moving on. Last example would be a guy calling his car his ride because he thinks he's cool. Bully now. It's gone to that point. It's pretty bad. But he replaced naming his car, replaced it with his ride because you ride a car, so it's kind of like parallel. You kind of see what I'm going with this. Next one. Now the definition of Synecdoche. Hope I'm saying that right. Monsieur's favorite, somehow, according to Google. Quote, a figure of speech in which a part is made to represent the whole or vice versa, end quote. Examples would be a professional sports team winning a game, and instead of saying the sports team name, you would be saying the city in which the sports team plays in / represents. A more explained version of this would be, let's say the Ottawa Senators win a game. Very rarely does that happen now, but when it does happen, we're going to say, oh, Ottawa won. They replaced the team name, the Senators, with Ottawa, because that's just how Synecdoche is. Moving on. How to use Synecdoche in a sentence. Yet again, pretty easy stuff. Okay, Zachary, I see what you're doing there. It is basically a word to replace another word. That's as simple as I can put it. In fact, and in many ways, and I agree with this because I wrote it, Metonymy and Synecdoche are very similar. In fact, they're kind of like the same thing, but not quite. Not quite. More examples would be, and this is actually a very common one, is calling a country, or probably the most common one out of every single one I've put so far, would be calling the country, the United States of America, simply America. Well, you see this everywhere. I don't see anyone calling the United States of America the United States of America. They either say America or the USA, just because it's easier. It's easier for the mouth. It's easier to just say it. So why not? Another one would be calling soldiers boots, as they are pretty well known for wearing some nice kick-ass boots. I completely agree with that one. They're kind of like when you think of military, you think of their camouflage jackets and their black, pitch black boots. Kind of nice. Last example would be calling a ship or a pirate ship a sail for the ship and a black sail for a pirate ship, because pirate ships, like the flag, the poison icon, and the black flag, they replaced that with the other word, the original one. And yeah, all right, moving on. Oh, apparently we're done. That's it. Wow, this was fun. I enjoyed this one. Oh, Jesus. That's all, folks. Thank you for listening, and I will now end your pain and suffering through my voice and my face. Goodbye now.